Lamar Johnson has been in prison for more than 26 years, sentenced to life without parole after being convicted of a murder he says he didn't commit. In 2019, the Conviction Integrity Unit within the St. Louis County Attorney's Office took a hard look at his case and found that police and prosecutors had engaged in an egregious amount of misconduct, including making up witness testimony and reports, paying a witness to make a false identification, and ignoring confessions by the actual killers. In August of 2019, prosecutors filed a motion to vacate Johnson's conviction, but it was denied by a judge who said it had been filed 24 years too late while ignoring the overwhelming evidence of Johnson's innocence. So he appealed. In March of this year, the Missouri Supreme Court dismissed Johnson's appeal, finding there was no right for a prosecutor to file a motion for a new trial to correct an injustice. Not one judge questioned Johnson's innocence. They just said there was nothing they could do about it. The Midwest Innocence Project began working on Johnson's case in 2008, that is. And with me tonight is the project's executive director, Tricia Rojo Bushnell. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Tricia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so tell me about Lamar Johnson and how was he wrongfully convicted of murder?
Yeah, so Lamar was just 21 years old when he was wrongfully convicted in 1995 of the murder of his actually very dear friend Marcus Boyd. So Marcus Boyd and another man named Greg Elking had been sitting on the porch in the evening with no light on when two men in wearing ski masks came running down the hill, shot onto the porch, killing Marcus Boyd, and fled. The surviving victim, Greg Elking, wasn't questioned for days, but when they finally did pick him up, it said he couldn't see anything, which makes sense. It was dark. He couldn't see anything in the ski masks. But in essence, what we now know is police then manufactured an identification with Mr. Elking and offered him payments that were never disclosed in exchange for him making an identification of Lamar. They also failed to investigate or even present evidence of his alibi. Lamar had an alibi. He was over 3 miles away, a 10-minute drive, could not have committed the crime. But an officer got on the stand and said he could have made that walk. They also had a jailhouse informant who came forward and said that they heard Lamar confessing to the crime. And the prosecutors failed to disclose any of the information about that, or a number of pieces of information about that informant, including letters that had racial animus on the part of that informant towards Lamar. So all of this went undisclosed, and Lamar was convicted. And we began our investigation. And then when the prosecutor came into office in 2019, a lot of this came to light, and specifically the payments that had never previously been disclosed.
Which is insane. So how did the Midwest Innocence Project become involved? And what work have you done on Lamar's behalf?
Yeah, so we actually got involved because another one of our clients, a man who's now exonerated, Ricky Kidd, was close friends with Lamar in prison, and they knew each other, and they had spoken with each other, and having met each other and known each other's stories, he encouraged Lamar to apply to our organization, which he did. And investigating the case, we just saw on its face that Lamar was innocent. I mean, the things that actually were known is Greg Elking recanted his identification pretty early on. He wrote a letter in 2011 to a reverend talking about how he was paid. He started writing affidavits saying that he had been given payments and his girlfriend had given payments that were never disclosed. And then the real perpetrators also came forward and confessed. One of the real perpetrators confessed as early as 1995, shortly after Lamar was convicted, in a letter that was seized by the prisons, and yet they still kept him convicted. So when we came on, Lamar actually had a large amount of this information. He had the confessions of the real perpetrators. He knew Greg Elking had been paid, but nobody ever listened to him. The courts wouldn't give him a hearing or do any of that work. So what we started to do was to try to prove those payments, and we requested over 10 times documentation of those payments, and we're told it didn't exist. Well, we now know when Kim Gardner was elected prosecutor, the first Black prosecutor in the city of St. Louis, and opened a conviction integrity unit, she went into her files and did a review and found not only documents of those payments, Greg Elking had received over $4,000 in exchange for his testimony, but also all of our letters requesting the documentation of those payments, and none of it was ever disclosed.
So the county attorney's conviction integrity unit reviewed Lamar's case and found that there had been obviously egregious misconduct on the part of the police and prosecutors. So they filed a motion to vacate his conviction. The motion was denied because it was filed 24 years too late. Can you please explain the court's rationale?
I wish I had a clear answer to that. I mean, the reality is in Missouri, there is not yet a mechanism for a prosecutor to overturn a conviction, even though they have an ethical duty to do so. Essentially, what the court was saying is we don't know how they can do it. In Missouri, when a defendant files a petition to come home, it's called a habeas petition, and the responding party isn't the prosecutor, it's the attorney general. So when Kim Gardner got this information, she said, well, I'm not the responding party to that, so let me try filing a motion for new trial. The motion for new trial has to be filed within 15 days of when a verdict is finalized. And so it's, in essence, the court said it should have been filed 15 days after Lamar was convicted, even though none of this evidence would have been available at the time. And so, too bad, so sad, it's too late. The prosecutor can't do anything.
Okay, so then you filed an appeal on Lamar's behalf. So what was the outcome there?
So we did. We filed an appeal. We went all the way up to the Missouri Supreme Court, and a number of individuals, ethics professors from all around the country came in to say, yes, prosecutors have this ethical duty and they must have a mechanism to fulfill it. But unfortunately, the Missouri Supreme Court decided this March, 11 months after oral argument last year, that no, there isn't a mechanism. And they encouraged the legislature to adopt something, but said, in essence, there was nothing that they could do and they couldn't reach it. And tragically, throughout all of this time, I mean, this was filed in 2019, for the last 2 years, everyone admits, everyone acknowledges that Lamar Johnson is innocent. No one is fighting that, but he's still waiting to come home because the system is essentially throwing its hands up and saying we can't do anything about it.
So are the police and prosecutors who are responsible for putting Lamar in prison going to be held accountable in some way?
I certainly don't know that I have an answer to that. I can tell you from what we've seen in other cases, the large answer is no, right? Because prosecutors have what's called absolute immunity. So if they commit misconduct, they are still immune from any sort of civil liability for what happens to them. And law enforcement, as you've seen from many of the other cases you discussed earlier today, have qualified immunity, right, for the actions that they take. So, certainly our goal is to just get Lamar home in the first place. But in terms of whether or not there will be accountability, as it currently looks and from what's happened in other cases, most likely not.
Yeah, all officers involved in this kind of, just railroading should never wear a uniform again. And any prosecutor that would withhold information like that from the defense counsel should never practice again and never should be able to hold a bar card. This is just egregious. All right, Executive Director of the Midwest Innocence Project, Tricia Rojo Bushnell, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.